Yo, what is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you how to get a permit in California from the California DMV. Streamlined process, start to finish. We're going to make it real simple. You're going to get an appointment. And when I was getting my permit, it was really hard for me to figure out how to do it and what to do. And if someone could tell me this process, like I'm going to tell you right now, it would have been really simple. Some of you may be asking, well, I'm in quarantine right now, what am I supposed to do? Using this way, I was able to get an appointment and get a permit in June 2020. And I was in lockdown quarantine. As long as your DMV office is open, this should work. I know for a fact this will work in California. If this doesn't work in California, try it. But let's get into it. So, if we can see here, this is the instructions that the DMV gives us. It's complicated, and it's it's not the best, and obviously I'm sure it's not what we were trying to go through right now. So I'm gonna make it real simple for you. Before you can even apply for a permit, there's a couple steps that you need to do. If you are under 18 years of age, you're going to need to go through driver's ed school, online driver's ed school. If you're above 18, you can skip this step. Most of us in high school, teenagers, 15 and a half, we're trying to get our permit and we have to go through this step. Pretty much, you just have to go through an online driver's ed course. It'll take you through the rules of the road and the laws and all that. Once you finish your driver's ed, you can then apply for a permit. But let me show you how it goes. This is just a generic California driver's ed. It will cost about a little bit of money, and you go through that. But you could obviously take this course, I'm sure it's fine. But what I would recommend you do is search permit driver's ed and then your city. And then it'll give you driver's ed in your city where it should still be online and all that. And the reason I tell you to do this is because in case the mailing of your certificate gets screwed up, you could always just drive with your parents or whatever to the office, which shouldn't be too far away from you as long as it's in your city, and they should be able to print you out a spare form. It's just up to preference. But once you complete your driver's ed online school, you're going to get a certificate through the mail or however you get it. Most likely it'll be through the mail, or you can go to the office and pick it up yourself. It'll look something like this. Obviously, you're going to need your signature of parent or guardian because you are under 18 if you're completing this course. And then, once you have your DMV, this certificate from driver's ed, now we can start with applying to get a permit. So, as we can see from this not so great instruction, we have to apply for a ID, which most of us as 16 wouldn't really think of this when applying for a permit, but it is required, and I'm going to show you what to do. There are two types of IDs that you can apply for, a standard ID and a real ID. Now, most people, when going through this, are just going to apply for the standard ID, and that's where you're wrong. You're going to want to apply for a real ID, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Now, to apply for a real ID, we come here to the California DMV website, dmv.ca.gov, and in the search, we'll just type in real ID, and you come here with the real ID, and it's simple. Fill out the online application. This is the same process to get a standard ID. It'll just change in a little sec when you want to get a real ID. And then you just English and then ID, I agree to terms, next, and you're going to have to create an ID.me account. Now, once you go through all of that, you're going to answer a couple questions, your name, birthday, all of that. And when you're coming across one of these questions, one of the questions will be, do you plan on using your ID to fly? Now, if you click no, you're going to be applying for a standard ID. If you click yes, you'll be applying for a real ID. Now, there's not much of a difference between standard and real ID. If you're 15 and a half, you can apply for either or. So the age difference, nothing matters. The only difference is, I guess, you can use your real ID to fly within the United States. So now let me tell you why applying for a real ID is going to be much more useful than applying for a standard ID, especially when applying for a permit, and even more especially when you are trying to get a permit in this lockdown and quarantine type situation. So, the reason is when applying for a real ID, you can upload your documents online, scanning them, taking a picture, and then when doing this, after you do that, you're able to get an appointment, which you weren't able to do when applying with a standard ID. So when you're applying for a real ID, it'll ask you, we're having this new program where you can upload your documents online. Would you like to do it? You click yes, and it'll take you to this page. Now there's 4 documents you're going to need to upload online when applying for a real ID. You're going to need proof of identity, proof of social security number, and 2 proofs of your California residency or whatever state you live in. Now, proof of identity, easiest one, obviously birth certificate, proof of social security number, easiest one, obviously your social security card, and proof of residency, 2 proof of residency. Now that's where it gets a little bit difficult, because as someone in high school, a teenager, 15 and a half, 16, these might be a little bit hard to come by. A couple examples that I used that would probably be most applicable to people in high school would be a bank statement. If you have a debit card or something, go to your online banking account, get your most recent bank statement, make sure it has your name and your address, your report card, school document. Your school document needs to have your birth certificate on that. That's why I wasn't able to use my school document. And a medical document, just find some medical document that has your name and your address on it, and that should work. Now, once you do this, and you upload all your documents online, it's successful, you're gonna get to this screen. Now, a quick tip when uploading your documents, scanning them would be fine, but when I did it, my last document, I wasn't able to upload my PDF scan, so I had to take a picture. If you want to take a picture, you're gonna have to do it from your phone, obviously, and it's pretty simple to do it. When you go through the process, you'll see how it's done. You just click take picture, you can do it from your phone, and all that. Now, once you've uploaded all your documents online and they've been validated, when uploading your documents, it'll automatically verify and check your documents when uploading. Once all of that's been verified and validated, all 4 have been given the green light, you will be given this screen. Now, this is the most important thing that you want. You're going to get this screen, this page, and it's going to get this red stop sign right here. That's the most important thing when looking for. Your 4 documents that you chose will be shown right here. You're going to want to print this page out, and you're going to want to bring the 4 documents that you scanned to the DMV. Note, just because you scan the documents online does not mean you don't have to bring them to the DMV. Every single document that you scanned or you took a picture of, you need to bring that document with you to the DMV, as well as a printout of this page. This is your appointment ticket. This screenshot, this page will allow you to get into the appointment line. Now, you might be asking yourself, nowhere does it say that I'm applying for a permit. What about my permit? When you go to the DMV, you bring this page with you, you bring all 4 documents with you, you're going to go into the appointment line, and they'll let you go and get into the DMV office. Once you go into the DMV office, you're going to be talking with a real DMV employee and all that. When you go to the DMV, you want to bring this pink slip with you, as well as all 4 documents and this page. Once you do that, you give it to the employee. You give this and your pink slip plus all 4 documents to the employee. Say, I'm here to finish my real ID, and I'm here to take my permit test. Here's all my documents, and here is my pink slip certificate from driver's ed. You're going to need to pay about a $37 to $40 fee, non-refundable. You take your permit test, you take a picture for your real ID. If you get 38 out of 46 on your permit test, you pass and you can get your permit. And that's how you do it. When you get your permit, you're going to need to get a lesson with a licensed instructor before you can actually drive with your parent, but I'm sure the DMV employee will tell you all about that. And let me just give you guys a couple quick pointers when doing this. Of course, you want to bring your parent with you, as you might need a parent signature, but that's a no-brainer if you're under 18, obviously. Also want to bring this sample, your certificate, your pink slip, and most importantly, you need to bring all 4 documents that you scanned, as well as this page that you'll get. Now, once you get your permit and you're driving, they'll give you a little slip on how to apply for your driver's license after your 6 months, and that's a pretty streamlined process. You won't have to go through all this. They'll give you a little slip that will take you to a link and all that. For your driver's license, that's a lot easier. Now, a great tip for studying for the permit test is actually on this website. If you go to the search right here and you search permit sample test, and you come here and sample driver's license knowledge test, you can come here, and this is the class C that you want. There's 5 sample tests that you can take that'll help you prepare for your permit test. Obviously, your driver's ed will also be preparing you for your permit test, and that's how you do it. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If you have any questions or concerns, just leave a comment and I will respond to you as quickly as possible. This should help a lot of you guys out on how to get your permit. Thank you for watching.